Hello and welcome everyone. It is Saturday, July 14th, 2018. Time for Jim Comics top picks for New Comic Book Day this upcoming Wednesday, July 18th, 2018. As usual, I will run through my top picks, or what I'm looking at this week. I'll give you my top covers, my top picks, as well as a few spec books is in there as well at the end. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a little lighter week this week, which is probably a good thing because I got to let my wallet cool down a little bit. It got a little heated up there the last couple weeks. I think I bought damn near every Spider-Man cover you could get last week, except for the one for 200, but I'm glad I did because there's that new yet to be named villain in there. And I've had a few people send me messages saying, well, I don't think that's a new villain. And yeah, it is, because right on the Marvel site for that comic, it says there's a new villain in there. So it's a new villain. It's not. Some people said it's the pitiful one. Kind of looks a little bit like him, but it's not the pitiful one. It's a new character. So kind of reminds me of Batman Who Laughs, actually. But anyways, I'm going to start with my independents. Aftershock Comics, looking at one comic from then called Clan Killers #1. Cover A as well as a cover B. The covers aren't the greatest looking covers, but it sounds like an interesting story. And the writer is Sean Lewis, who wrote The Few and Coyotes, which came out last year. So it's a pretty good writer, so I'm going to take a look at that one. From IDW, I'm looking at Euthanauts #1. There are 3 covers for that. There's a regular cover A, which you see right now. There is cover B variant, and then there's cover C, which is a limited variant, if I got my information right. And that's very similar to cover A, just a little different by the info box on the front there. That's it from IDW. From Image, I've got Analog #4, which is a very good series, and as you all know, that's been optioned to be made into a movie. 2 covers for that, A and B. Gideon Falls #5 is out. I'm really looking for. I love that series. I highly recommended that when it came out, and I hope you guys are, not only spec wise, but it's just a really good story, and I really enjoyed that one. Really looking forward to reading that. So Gideon Falls, there's 2 covers. There's cover A, and then cover B is a Scotty Young cover, which is a little interesting. It looks kind of cool. Ice Cream Man #5. It's been a while since there's been an Ice Cream Man issue, so looking forward to that as well. I love that series. I've had that right from the beginning as well. There's cover A and cover B for that one. Magic Order #2 is out. 3 covers. First issue had 4. This one's got 3. So there's cover A, cover B, and cover C out for that. And that's a really good. I really enjoyed #1, so I'm looking forward to reading that one too. Like I say, a lot of these independent books are really good. I hope you guys are looking at them, because boy, they're good, and a ton of them are getting optioned for movies and shows too. So, Weatherman #2 is out. 3 covers for that as well. A, B, and C. I'm probably just going to get A and B for that one, I think. And Skyward #4 is out this week as well. There's only 1 cover that I think there is for that. There might be 2, but I only saw 1, so. That's it from Image. From Scout Comics, I'm looking at Mall #1. That looks kind of interesting. It's there's 2 covers. Cover A on the screen, and then there's also cover B. It kind of revolves around it's set in the 1980s, in the height of the big malls that I used to walk around with as a teenager, but in early 20s and stuff. But it's a crime family story, and I guess the head of the crime family dies, and all the kids have a store in the mall, and it sounds kind of interesting, so I'm looking at that one. That looks kind of cool. And from Titan Comics, I'm looking at Dead Life #1, cover A, and also cover B. I kind of like that cover B. It's got zombies on there by the looks of it, but it looks kind of cool. So that is it for independents. From DC, there's Batman #51, and I have to be honest, man, I've been really disappointed with Batman for the last little while. I used to say you can't go wrong with Batman, but boy, it's Tom King's got to pick up his game, because his writing is sucking ass right now. His stories are terrible. So anyways, that's just my opinion, but I'm going to keep going with it, but if it doesn't get better soon, I may be dropping Batman. But there's cover A on the screen, and also cover B. Batwoman #17. It's got a really nice cover A. I really like that cover. And also cover B for that one. And I read a solicitation for this, and she's Batwoman hooks up with the Gotham City Police Department, and so I don't think she's just investigating a murder or something, but it looks kind of interesting. So that looks like a good one. Damage number 7 is out. I'm liking that story. They're only one cover, which is kind of nice. Justice League number 4. Really liking the story, and it seems like every issue something is happening in that storyline, so it's a really good one to get. Legion of Doom, it sounds like they have a bigger role in this one, so I'd highly recommend you grab this one. There's cover A, cover B, and then there's always seems to be a cover C is this limited run sketch variant, and one of Jim Lee's sketch variants. So I've got one of them, but they're kind of tough to get, so my shop doesn't usually get them in. And New Challengers number 3, that's the last one I'm looking at from DC this week. Avengers number 5, I'm into Marvel now, sorry. Avengers number 5, this looks like a good one because it looks like it's got the origin of the progenitor, I can never get that name right, and why he's on Earth and why he came to Earth and everything, so it looks really good. So that looks like a good one to get. It's going to basically be the origin story of the progenitor. Immortal Hulk number 3, couple cover. I think. Oh, sorry, for the Avengers. I think there's only one cover for Avengers this week. Cover A. Immortal Hulk number 3 is out this week. I'm really liking this Immortal Hulk. The writing is really good. I love the way it's gone a lot darker. And when Bruce Banner turns into Hulk, he doesn't turn into this big dumbass green giant running around smashing things. He actually is intelligent and a little vengeful, so it's really good. I like where the direction they're going with that character. And it looks like, if you look at the cover image, I'm going to got cover A on the screen again. There's a hole in the, like, right through the Hulk, and through the hole you can see this character kind of like he's got his finger pointed like a gun. And in the I don't know if that's a new character, because in the solicitation it says it's called the One Below All. So I don't know if that's Mephisto in another form, and he's come to battle the Immortal Hulk, or if it's actually a new character. So I highly recommend Immortal Hulk, just because it's a great series, but it's possibly a new character in there. Infinity Countdown number 5. I cannot stress enough that you buy this comic. Infinity Countdown number 4 was the first appearance, kind of a cameo first appearance of Requiem in that first page, that Forge in the Armor. And again, there will be that single page in this book by Mike Diodato, and almost guaranteed it'll have something to do with Requiem going forward, which leads right into Infinity Wars, which comes out the following week. So definitely get Infinity Countdown number 5. There's 4 covers: your regular cover, cover B, cover C, and cover D, like they've done with every issue of the main title on that one. Life of Captain Marvel number 1 is out this week. I don't think I'll be picking that up, but I just want to let you know that that's out. There's a ton of covers for it too, so if you are interested in it, take a look through all the covers. I'm not going to show them all, but anyways. Venom number 2, second print is out this week, and I'm getting all the second prints for Venom. I've told my shop to pull me 2 copies for everyone, so I like the covers they're putting on there in the store. Like, I can't stress enough that you need to be buying Venom. So Weapon H number 5 is out. I don't know that much is happening in that, but we'll find out. And Thor number 3, I'm only getting the cover A. I like cover A with Hela on there. It looks she looked good. So anyways, that is it for my new titles. And my top covers, I've actually got 4 covers for you this week. Batwoman number 17 cover A. I really like that one. That is a nice looking cover. Iron Man number 2, which I'm not buying. Well, I shouldn't say that. I may break down and buy it, but I just don't like Dan Slott's writing. But cover A, a Lozano cover, is a really nice looking cover. I have to give him kudos for that one. That's a really good looking cover. And Ninja K, which I don't buy. Number 9, there's an Adam Polina cover. It's cover E, and that's a nice looking cover too. And the last one I'm going to show you here is, it doesn't actually come out till July 25th, but it was just released recently. It's a ComicXposure limited cover. It's on the screen there. It's Amazing Spider-Man number 2, so it's the next issue in Amazing Spider-Man, but it's got that new villain on the cover, and it's so it's going to be, that's the first appearance of that new villain. It's a Perillo cover, Perillo variant, I should say. and it's limited. I believe the trade dress, there's a trade dress and a virgin variant. I believe the trade dress is 3,000 and the virgin variant is 1,000. Is usually how ComicXposure does their print runs. But I haven't seen any. I looked at just not too long ago looking to kind of find the print run for that trade dress. I couldn't see it there, but that's usually what it is. But that's a gorgeous looking cover, and I just ordered a couple of those today. They're 20 bucks a piece, but I highly recommend that one because, like I say, that's the first cover appearance of that new villain, and I think that villain's going to go somewhere. So anyways, my top picks this week, Infinity Countdown #5. I can't stress enough that you buy that, especially with Requiem. Like I said when I recommended #4, it's going to take people a few months to catch on to how big this character is, and it probably won't happen until Infinity Wars launches and people figure out that, holy crap, this is a major character. So I highly recommend you get Infinity Countdown #5 out this week. Immortal Hulk #3, just because I think there may be a new character in the one below all. I can't find any info on that. Maybe Mephisto, but I don't know. I've also got, what was the other one I had? Oh yeah, Avengers #5, because it's got the origin of the progenitor and why he's on Earth, so that's a good one. And one honorable mention is Maul #1. That one looks interesting from Scout Comics. So that is it for my books. And now I'm going to give you a few spec books. Nothing amazing, but a few cool things here. So first I'm going to start off with Batgirl #1. This is New 52. This one came, when did this come out? This was November of 2011. So it's 7 years old. That is the first appearance of the Mirror, which I didn't realize when I bought that. I actually got this at the used bookstore for $2. And also it's Return of Barbara Gordon as Batgirl from the Oracle, so instead of the Oracles. Anyway, so that's a good one to get if you can get that one. This is a little older. This one is July of '74. It's more Incredible Hulk 177. It's the death of Adam Warlock, and it appears that Adam Warlock's going to have a pretty big role going forward in Phase 4 of Marvel movies and everything. So anytime you can pick up the key books revolving around him, it's a good idea to get them. This one's not too pricey. Still kind of, you know, it's one of those ones where it's up there a bit, but it's not bad. And being that it's the death of Adam Warlock, it's a good one to get, so I recommend you get that one. And I have to give a shout out to Chris over at We Love Comics, because I had these books in the background in my last video, and I had a few people ask me, like, why you got those in there? And the reason is pretty simple. Chris came out, he put a really good video out the other day. If you haven't watched it, go to his channel. Talks about these books you need to get soon. And he talks about the Midnight Suns, which is on the right. And that's a crossover series that came out in the 80s. And I'll just bring this up to the camera here so you can see it. There's a number of books here that are in the crossover. So there's Ghost Rider 28, Spirits of Vengeance #1, Morbius #1, Darkhold #1, Night Stalkers #1, and Ghost Rider 31, which is this one here. And so there's rumors that they're eventually going to do a movie about the Midnight Suns. So this whole crossover is potentially what the movies will be based on. So they're really good ones to get. They're really cheap, or not really cheap. I mean, you can find them, you know, in the $5 to $10 range right now. They're pretty reasonable. And they came in, they were all polybagged. So I'm sure you can see that, but this one's still in the poly bag from the day when I bought it. And you'll notice it's got this kind of it has the label with all the comics that are in the series. So if you can get them still sealed in the poly bag, I'd recommend it, because there is a poster inside there as well. So if the poster's taken out, then obviously the book's going to lose value. And Ghost Rider 25, this came out a few months prior to this whole crossover. So he didn't mention this one, but I am, because in this book, it has a preview of all the books, the titles in the Midnight Suns in this crossover series. So at the back here, I'm just going to show you. So at the back of this book, you get a page. So there's a full page on Spirits of Vengeance. You get a full page of Morbius, again, premiering July, Darkhold, Night Stalkers. And also in this book, you get this big, you know, typical 90s. I got to show you this. It's really cool. They have the big fold-out, pop-up centerfold of Ghost Rider in here too, which is really cool, fighting Morbius. So it's a cool book to have. I mean, these you can find, you should be able to find these in dollar bins. I bought 3 of these right off the shelf back in the day, and I'm glad I bought them, because you know it's fun. And this is the one thing I gotta mention with comics, and I mentioned this to Chris because I communicate with him every once in a while. A lot of people, you gotta have patience if you're going to be collecting comics, because, like, say I bought these books back in the 80s. They're 30 plus years old now, and it sometimes takes that long for a book to obviously for it to go up in value. Sometimes they go up right away. A lot of them do. Sometimes it doesn't for years and years and years. So if you're going to be a comic collector, have some patience. Don't overpay for stuff. You know, look around. Don't do the panic buying because, oh my God, it's made into a movie. You know, let it, because a lot of times, like I mentioned before, the prices will spike, then they'll drop, plateau, and then they'll slowly creep up. So anyways, that is it for this week, folks. Take care, everyone. Happy hunting this coming Wednesday. I will talk to you later in the week with my haul video. Take care. Bye for now.